Herkimer, New York. You can describe this town in many ways. Historic, peaceful, small, quiet. Located in upstate New York, over 7,743 people call Herkimer home and is known as the county seat for the county of Herkimer. This town is just like any other town in America. It has its stores, a main street, neighborhoods, schools, etc. But what's the backstory of Herkimer and what makes it tick? Herkimer was first settled around in 1722 and established in 1789 in an area that was originally called Stone Ridge. The early settlers were Palatine Germans. Among them was a man named Nicholas Herkimer, whose family owned about 5,000 acres of land in German Flats, New York. Nicholas Herkimer was also a captain of a militia and fought in the Battle of Oriskany, where he was injured and later died of his injury, thus Herkimer being named in his honor. But that's not all Herkimer has to offer for history. During the French and Indian War, the town was ravaged by raids of the French and native allies, and the famous Erie Canal flows through Herkimer. The town is also noted for its historic four corners, 4 buildings each with a past. It is composed with the 1884 Herkimer County Historical Society Suter Building Museum, the 1834 County Jail, the 1873 Herkimer County Courthouse, and the 1834 Herkimer Reformed Church. The historical building was home to Dr. A. Walter Suter, a prominent citizen and physician, whose father was a Civil War veteran. The courthouse and jail have a history of famous cases such as the cases of Chester Gillette and Roxalana Drews. The church still remains operational today after being burned down at least 3 times. Mr. Clark, who teaches U.S. history at Herkimer High School, knows a lot about the town, so we decided to ask him what his fascination was with the town and why it's important to learn the history.
Well, what I find so fascinating about Herkimer is that it's, well, several things. It's a beautiful area outdoors, the Mohawk Valley, the foothills of the Adirondacks, the canal system, and at the same time it's full of history. A lot of it older history, but history, French and Indian War was fought in and around this area. War for Independence was fought in and around this area. And this area kind of came and went with the Industrial Revolution as well. So as a history teacher, I find it relatively fascinating and very interesting.
We then asked Ryan DeMars, who teaches broadcast occupations at Herkimer BOCES and is a current resident of Herkimer, what it was like living in Herkimer and what is his fondest memory.
Growing up in Herkimer for me was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed the area as a young lad growing up, and my fondest memory that I can remember was when we were kids. My mother and father both worked, and we would be babysat throughout the day, especially in the summer when there wasn't school, by our grandmother. And you know, we got to be right in downtown Herkimer. We kind of lived up in the country with my parents, but when we were with my grandma, we were right in downtown Herkimer. We got to go down street, my grandma always called it, and just check out Main Street and the sites that were on Main Street. And there was always a lot going on Main Street when I was a kid. Got to meet a lot of friends in that area, and I'm still very close friends with some of them today. So the small community aspect of it was very nice in the fact that you do get to know people and you do get to make some good friendships, and it just gives you that small town community feeling of comfort and happiness and belonging.
The economy of Herkimer is dependent on farm products, small businesses, and corporation chains. But what the town is known for is its unusually clear doubly terminated quartz crystals, marketed as Herkimer diamonds. A lot can be said about Herkimer, but one thing's for sure is that it is rich in history and is still standing through tough economic times. Herkimer is a very caring community with caring, strong-hearted people as its citizens. The people here look out for one another, and the economy is just as rich as its history suggests. Herkimer is a true American community.